What's up, y'all? Metta World Peace here. For those who don't know me, not everyone knows me. Test Your Greatness podcast is coming out. Follow me on YouTube, Metta World Peace 37, Metta World Peace 37. You can get a couple videos. We will be launching a podcast very soon. So I'm going to be a devil's advocate about the whole Caitlin Clark salary. Now, keep in mind, we love our Indiana Pacers. I'm from New York, so I do love the Knicks. The Lakers saved my legacy, so huge fan of Los Angeles. I have the Kings revived my career. Love Sacramento. The Bulls was my favorite team growing up. Shout out to the Bulls. I did wear number 23 for Michael Jordan. I wore number 91 for Dennis Rodman. Then I was going to go to Pippen and Kukoc and down the line, but I didn't survive in Indiana that long. And I love the Rockets because the Rockets, even though, some things didn't go the way I would have liked it to have gone, that was probably my best playoff series I've ever played in my life. I was incredible. Go back on YouTube, go look how, we took the Lakers to 7 and every other team that played them that year. It was either a sweep or one game. Maybe they won one game, but the Rockets, we took them to 7. Then I had to, join the squad. The next year, not to my liking. A lot of people in Houston's like, why did I leave? I did not leave. I don't want to get into that. But I do want to say, all right, I'm super excited for the Pacer fever, by the way. Super excited. As we know, I'm a huge fan of the Pacers. Caitlin Clark, I'm not too excited about the $75,000. Now, granted, she's going to make a ton of money. She's gonna make a ton of money off the court. So I got a couple brands. I want to give $1 million for one of my brands. She gonna move the needle. But when you talk about and not to say she's better than Taurasi or any one of these players, I'm saying whatever the circumstances was, they put the media behind her, and she delivered in college, right? And she delivered in college. She had the rivalry with Reese, and when I saw the $75,000 pop up, even though we know she's going to make way more off the court, I was like, all right, come on. There's even a discrepancy within the league because the number 1 player is not that much better than the number 5 player. And we see it every day when teams are put together the right way where they become stars. Like the Warriors, they became stars. Even though they was all first-round picks, they became stars. Right? You had 4, 5, 6, 7 guys on that team. You take any one of those guys off that team. And so that's how you know, just because somebody could score doesn't mean they that much better than the number 5 player. Let alone, so there's a discrepancy, a huge gap there, let alone in the WNBA. We talking $75,000. I said that's a lot of money. I came from nothing, so, I ain't gonna kind of turn the cheek to $75,000. I'm not saying it's not good money, right? But not for Caitlin Clark. I mean, I wanted to see $1 million, honestly. I'm supporting all commercials. Anytime I saw an ad, I remember the ads, during the college games. 18 million people saw it. And somehow I think, we got to work together with the WNBA and college. Need to work together somehow. Because even as a fan, I coach women. Now, keep in mind, I do coach women's basketball. And I am going to give a shout out to the pandasfriend.com right now. Because I think I'm on fire. I think you might like it. So the pandasfriend.com. Go to the brand where we want you to test your greatness and never give up. It's how I'm supporting my podcast with my brand. But I just want to say, I think it has to be a way to get the salaries up. Now, we need more women continuing to play. We need less restrictions on women basketball. Let them play so they could just continue to impress. Too many restrictions. Let them play the game. I still see a whole bunch of restrictions in the game. I coach women's basketball. So I had to fix a few things even with my players. Now, there are some players coming right now, which I'm excited about. O'Neal's coming. Toby is coming. The most athletic woman we have ever seen is coming. She's going to UConn. Now, I don't want to get into my brother Daniel Artesta's lane. He has an all women's basketball podcast, 94-50. He could have went pro, by the way, if you're wondering. My dad also has the Artest Foundation, where they focused on girls basketball in New York City. And I had X vs. X Sports, where it was 50% women and 50% men basketball here in Los Angeles, where I'm not from, but where I reside. Y'all all know where I'm from. Queensbridge in the building, and I don't want to get too much into it, but I love Queensbridge. Now, so I'm thinking about it. I'm just saying, like, I understand metrics and data science and predictive analytics, and but I think we got some good momentum. This was an opportunity. I wanted to see 1 million in front of her name. I'm not saying she's worth more than the other ones that came before. As some people know, I played behind Shamika Hallsclaw as a 12-year-old, by the way. Right? She was the starting center. I was coming off the bench at Mark Jackson's tournament in Astoria Park, the Astoria Boulevard exit on the N train in 1992. And I was proud to back up Shamika. I didn't feel like I was inferior. She used to clap boards on people when we was younger. So I'm not saying, Caitlin's more valuable than Shamika or more valuable than Reese or whatever. What I'm saying is we need a do-over. Do it over like, everybody's excited about women's sports. I don't think it's going to take away from men's sports. Sports is what's keeping this world intact, almost like glue. It's perfect. It's always perfect timing for sports. And women's sports is high right now. I feel like maybe it's going to be peaks and valleys in terms of the salary, but this was the perfect opportunity to put 1 million on that name. Nobody would have had an issue with that. And I think it's the way, but you got to have the courage to get there. We got to get there. Let's get there. We're going to, let's get there. And if you make a mistake, so many companies make mistakes. We just saw Quibi raise $1.2 billion and fold in a year. Well, the WNBA is not folding. And I don't mean to everybody at Quibi, you raise good capital. I'm not calling you out. I'm just saying, the WNBA is not going nowhere, right? So as long as we market, we market women how they want, and I think, should, according to how they want to be marketed. I got ideas, but, you saw the fashion. We all saw the fashion. Fashion sells, right? You know what I mean? And they're stepping up to the plate. Now we got to step it up to the plate. Well, not me. I'm not the one writing the checks. But I'm just saying, as a collective, female sports is front. I turned down certain opportunities to be a volunteer coach where I coach at Cal State LA, Division II, the CCAA. I can tell you a lot about Division II women's and the CCAA by name. Can't tell you much about, Division I women, or I can't tell you much about Division I men. I don't know a lot. And I can tell you a little bit about the NBA, but I do coach. When I'm doing my scouting reports, my mind is somewhere else during basketball season, But, I just say, I feel like, we got to get it back, right? So next time we get a moment like this, let's gamble. Everybody gambling. Let's gamble on women's sports. Everybody gambling. Come on. We too smart. Everybody's gambling. Everybody taking risk. Everybody making private equity investments. Come on, let's get it together. And when we get the next opportunity, like I said, I think there will be peaks and valleys because this is a new concept to just us as a society. Right or wrong, I'm not picking sides. I'm just saying right or wrong. This is a new concept in terms of, making sure the women secure the bag, right? But I think when it's a peak like this, I am not the only one. I'm not gonna bash anybody. I'm sure all the executives and the operators are working hard, just trying to present a product. But maybe you scale back certain places, and you scale up with the players, The players are worth the money, I think, But I do want to say good job, though, getting it to a point now. I've been a small piece of the progress in my own little, realm of women's sports. But there are people, a major part of the progress, which I want to say kudos. You don't deserve to be bashed how you're probably being bashed right now. But when there's another opportunity, they coming. You got Juju's coming, you got O'Neal is coming, you got Toby coming, and there's a bunch of others coming. That defender from Notre Dame is coming to the big leagues. So it's super exciting, just hopefully we don't drop the ball again. Metta World Peace, if you don't know me, Test Your Greatness is the podcast where we want to encourage you to test your greatness and never give up. ThePandasFriend.com, a brand that supports anyone out there that's making impact, never getting up, and believing in themselves. Make sure you holler at me. Go to arttestmanagementgroup.com, our management company, where we support athletes and entrepreneurs, and arttestuniversity.org, my 501c3. That's how we keep the lights on the podcast. I'm going to holler back at y'all till next time. Peace out.